Hi, folks, panelists, students, community members, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. We're hoping to give students that are going to join us an opportunity to hear firsthand from the folks that we consider the most critical student-facing units, those available on the SciTech campus and those that are critical to student support wherever they are. So welcome, welcome. We're going to go ahead and kick this off with libraries. So if everybody wants to pull off their camera, you're free to. And Kim Hoffman, you're on.
Thanks, Michael. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to spring of 2021. We're glad to have you here. I'm Kim Hoffman. I use the pronouns she and hers, and I am the subject librarian for environmental sciences and policy, focusing on assisting all with the United Nations sustainability goals, but I'm speaking here as the head of Mercer Library on the Science and Technology campus. I applaud your being here and investing in your education during this really challenging time in our lives. My team and I respect your presence and your dedication to learning, and will give you all of the content and the help that we can this semester. Our physical library spaces are open as of this morning at 10 a.m. We'll open Mondays through Thursdays, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. We'll be closed on Fridays, but doing contactless pickup to make sure research materials continue to move. At Mercer Library on the SciTech campus, we ask you to respect the COVID protocols, wear masks and social distance so that we can have safe library spaces, safe staff, and safe students and faculty. Our services to provide instruction, resources, consultations, tools continue robustly online also. We do this through chat, email, Blackboard, online workshops, classes, and consultations as you need them. In this time of information overload and an assault on facts, it's up to you and I to build knowledge with credible facts and document sources. Please contact us to lead you and learn with you, combining ideas and resources and tools on your journey at George Mason. We wish a good, healthy, happy, safe semester for all. Thanks.
All right. Next up, we've got University Life. All right, I'm Michael Galvin with University Life at SciTech. Carrie's on this webinar as well. She's my partner in crime. And really quickly, this is what we do, University Life in general. For those of you that aren't familiar, our vision is every student succeeds. And our mission is that we care for the whole student by promoting inclusive well-being and fostering lifelong learning to prepare leaders. Our values, we achieve these missions through an unwavering commitment to our values. Inclusion and equity, leadership, well-being, collaborative community, strategic transformation. And we do learn, we are a learning organization, and what we do should contribute to student learning in these areas: practical competence, global and multicultural inclusion, global responsibility, identity development, interpersonal confidence, and well-being. The University Life website itself is ulife.gmu.edu. That's where you'll find advanced information on all of our units and the University Life goals and objectives at the unit level, as well as a variety of resources. Closer to home, ulifescitech.gmu.edu is the University Life at SciTech website, where you'll find information about what's local, what's new, what's hot, what's going on in our office and with our programs. The source is where we're sitting for this time, for this COVID time. Carrie and I are manning or personing the source, which is, we can call it a student engagement space or lounge. It's dedicated this semester exclusively to students. It's in Katherine Johnson Hall, room 122. So please come and see us. It's open during the week, 11 to 4, Monday through Thursday. And as things evolve, the hours will enlarge. If you're a student, you've probably already received the University Life SciTech Student Services and Resources Guide, packed with adventure, packed with detail, 70 some pages, but there's a lot of pictures. So don't worry, it's not a heavy duty read. You can reach out to us at the links that you'll find there. I'm M. Galvin. Carrie is K. Hentges, Hentges. Reach out to us via email at any time, and we hope to see you at the source. And student health, it's time to introduce student health. So, Erin?
I'm going to briefly share a quick PowerPoint and provide an overview of student health services. All right, so student health services is your on-campus student health clinic. Our contact information is listed here, and I'll reference that throughout the presentation. Our Fairfax clinic is open for in-person appointments. However, if you're located on the SciTech clinic or anywhere in Virginia, we are also offering virtual video telehealth appointments as well. Our hours are listed there. And to schedule an appointment, students will call 703-993-2831. We commonly see students for a variety of reasons, including sickness or illness. We offer required immunizations, as well as have an on-campus lab to do testing for illness or things like STDs. And we provide evaluation and screening for a variety of health concerns. As I said, we are offering virtual and video telehealth appointments. There's no charge for the telehealth appointment or to be seen by one of our healthcare providers. So we really encourage student health as a first stop for students. We do have fees for items for things like lab tests or immunizations or supplies. I know safety is an important issue for everyone right now, so we're regularly adjusting to implement health measures within our clinic to protect the health of our patients as well as healthcare workers. To schedule an appointment, you call our number. Students with symptoms will speak with a nurse for evaluation and scheduling, and we often have same-day appointments available for those with acute care needs. Even if our clinic is closed, students can always call our Fairfax Clinic nurse advice service to get advice. Just follow the prompts on the phone and you'll be connected with a nurse who'll give you advice about how to get medical care and where you need to go. This is not to be used in an emergency. If it is an emergency, please call 911. And it's important to note that the nurse advice service is operated by Aetna Student Health or CareNet Health. Our insurance and immunization offices are also open and available by email or phone. They're not open for any in-person visits. Their contact information is listed there. Immunization records are due for all new incoming students, and those were due January 4th. And we're currently in an open enrollment period, which is ending February 15th. Students should submit those immunization records to the online patient portal. The web address is listed there if you need more information about that process. The student health insurance plan is in open enrollment until February 15th, as well as the dental insurance plan. You do not need health insurance to be seen at student health, but it is an option to students who want it. And if you have any questions, I believe there'll be breakout sessions later. Thank you.
Thank you, Erin. Next up, Mason Student Services Center.
That's me. Good morning, everyone. My name is Kim Shumadine. I'm the director of the Mason Student Services Center. For those of you who have not heard of the Mason Student Services Center, we were created as a one-stop frontline service for student accounts, financial aid, and the registrar's office. We also provide general student support services and referral information for other offices on campus. The Mason Student Services Center was created to eliminate the need for students to have to bounce from one office to another. A lot of questions that you might have, maybe about a registration hold also relates to financial aid that hasn't paid. So we have a team of highly trained generalists on our staff who are trained to answer questions in all of these different areas so that our students don't have to bounce around from office to office. Some of the services we provide for financial aid, student accounts, and the registrar's office are accepting documents for these offices, checking on the status of financial aid, outstanding requirements, My team processes thousands of change of major and change of minor forms on behalf of the registrar's office. The current service model that we have right now, due to our current pandemic situation, we are actually located physically on the Fairfax campus in the Sub 1 building on the garden level. Students may visit the Mason Student Services Center in person by appointment only, Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. During those same hours, we have a document drop-off station that does not require appointment. Masks, however, are required. Students who would like to make an appointment for in-person service on the Fairfax campus just need to visit our website at mssc.gmu.edu, again, to check on our appointment availability. The good news is that because we provide almost all of our services virtually, students who are not planning to go to the Fairfax campus can still access those services online. Again, by going to our website, they can submit their question via email or submit a case, and one of our cross-trained generalists will reach back out to them with the answer to their inquiry. We work very closely with our partner offices and student accounts and financial aid in the registrar's office. So we are, in most cases, able to get an answer to the student much faster than if they were to reach out to that office individually. And I guess that's about it. We'll talk later in the breakout room to go over a little more of the exact services that we provide. But welcome, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. So next up, Mason Care Network.
That's me. Hi, everybody. My name is Kelly Severo. I am one of 2 assistant directors to the Mason Care Network. We're very happy that you guys are here with us today. So to give you guys a little bit of a background at the Mason Care Network, we are a relatively new department at Mason. We're providing full-time professional success coaches to all freshman students. Any student who started fall 2020, any student who's new in spring 2021, they should have an assigned success coach. And if your student doesn't know how to find their success coach, you can just let us know and we'll help them track down their success coach. Basically, success coaching is similar to academic advising in that you have someone there who's devoted to supporting your student in a holistic manner, understanding that there are multiple areas of your student's life that may not seem like they're going to be impacting their academics, but absolutely are going to be impacting their academics. So your success coach is going to be meeting with the student one-on-one as many times during the semester as the student would like in order to discuss things like managing finances, commitment to graduation, how effective are they feeling with their study habits, are they feeling connected to their school? Do they have a sense of school pride or sense of school community? What are their career goals? Obviously, is the major they're in now not quite fitting with their career goals? So your success coach is going to be there working hand in hand with the academic advisors within your school's, your student's chosen major in order to help that student get to the end goal and define success for your specific student. So success coaches are really excited to get to know their students. Again, we work hand in hand with academic advisors, and you can consider a success coach kind of the hub of the wheel for your student in that if your student says, look, I have no idea where to turn, they can always turn to their success coach and we will get them in the right place that they need to be on campus. Our website is mcn.gmu.edu. And if anybody else has any questions about that, you can let me know. We are doing face-to-face appointments Tuesdays and Wednesdays by appointment only, so no walk-ins. And we also are doing virtual appointments Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 as well. Currently, our success coaches are only located on the Fairfax campus. We're hoping to expand that and have success coaches on all our campuses very soon. But right now, we do face-to-face and virtual appointments. So let us know if you have any questions. We're very excited to meet you. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Kim. Next up, let's meet the University Writing Center.
Great. Welcome to the spring semester, everybody. Let's see. Let me get a full screen thing going on here. There we go. I'm Susan Lawrence. I direct Mason's Writing Center. We offer free individual consultations and tutoring for all Mason students. You can meet with one of our very well-trained student tutors to get started on a project or to get feedback on a draft that you've already composed. We'll work with you at any phase of a writing project, from planning to outlining to drafting to revising to editing. Our appointments are 45 minutes long. And during that time, you can sort of focus your tutor on the aspect of the project or draft that you'd like them to give you the most feedback on. Are you getting your ideas across clearly? Does the draft structure make sense? Do you seem to have covered all aspects of your instructor's prompt? Tutor will work with you on any of those questions and more. We are fully online this spring, excuse me. So you can choose whether to meet your tutor in real time on Zoom, or you can just upload a draft for your tutor's written feedback. So our asynchronous version of consulting and tutoring. Either way, you would make an appointment with us. You'll see on the front page of our website, there are a few places where you can register with us and make an appointment. Our URL is up there on the top left, writingcenter.gmu.edu. If you're registering with us for the first time, you'll go to a page that looks like this, and you'll fill out a registration form, in which you choose a login and a password. Then you go to a login screen for our scheduler, which looks like this. And this is just to sort of give you a preview. This is our spring 21 schedule. We open on February 1st. And the white boxes are available appointments. The sort of mason green boxes are appointments that have been claimed by someone else. And then that dark green background, there's really nothing going on there. Just quickly, in addition to individual consultations, we also offer workshops. You can see up there on the top nav of our website, you can find the schedule there. And we have about 80 quick guides. So really good resources for many different aspects of writing if you just want a quick written resource rather than an individual consultation. And I'll be happy to address further questions in the Q&A.
Thank you, Susan. Let's say hello to Student Support and Advocacy Center.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Maggie Olszewska, and I'm the director for the Student Support and Advocacy Center. At SSAC, our overall vision and mission is really to create a healthy and safe Mason community on all of our campuses. And to that end, our center has kind of lots of services and offerings for our students, but they can be summarized in 4 major areas: sexual and interpersonal violence services, students in distress, substance use, and financial well-being. So I will cover each very briefly, and will certainly welcome any questions during the Q&A. So our sexual and interpersonal violences are a confidential part of SSAC's offerings. So we meet with student survivors one-on-one and offer resource navigation and connection to both on-campus as well as off-campus resources as appropriate. We do a lot of prevention programming within this area. So you may see some online as well as in-person programming throughout the year pop up on the various campuses. And we also offer the bystander intervention program, which is a training for all of our students to learn how to be more active participants in our community and really look out for each other to make sure we're all safe and healthy. As of this fall, we have also started supporting respondents who are going through the Title IX process. So if any student identifies as such, they can also seek resource support within our center. Students in distress is probably our largest area. So those are students who may encounter some kind of obstacle to their progression at Mason. So it could be a family crisis, it could be something related to mental health, or just a personal situation that students may need to have a little bit of extra help navigating. So students can make self-referrals, but also anybody who is worried or concerned about a student can also refer students our way. And what we do is we meet with students one-on-one, and again, guide students through the various resources and offerings that Mason has to help them. We also operate the Patriot Pantry. So this is a pantry where students can access non-perishable foods and some toiletry supplies. Substance use, we have an assistant director who meets with students one-on-one to talk about this area, either how they use substances within their own life or if they're concerned about somebody else. We're also beginning to offer or create a recovery community here on campus. So if you're a student who identifies as being in recovery, either from substance use or any other process disorder, connect with us, because we would love to create a supportive community for those students. So please look us up. And financial well-being is probably one of right now the hottest topic that we offer. So certainly finances for any college student is kind of importance, but especially since the pandemic has started, our students are turning to us for guidance in how they manage their finances, but also turning to us for support with getting some extra loans or grants from the university. So the university has offered the State Mason Student Support Fund for many years now, but that has been converted to the Student Emergency Assistance Program and has tapped other financial kind of pots of money that are available for the student population, either through the federal government grants or some more institutional funding. So you can either make an appointment or request some support or refer another student by going to our main page and tapping on that second tab from the left. And that'll take you to a form that you can fill out. So here's how you can connect with us. Most of our offering right now is offered virtually. But if need be, we are open on very little, but very limited basis via appointment only. But please connect with us virtually. Thank you.
Next up, let's welcome some temporary student services.
Good morning. My name is Emily Dubert, and I am the Director of Contemporary Student Services here at Mason. So I have the website up for you all to take a look at as you start to go through. And I just want to highlight a few things, especially because the word contemporary is probably not a term that you are used to. It's a new term that we've been using here at Mason, and it's becoming more pervasive throughout the country to talk about the students who are actually here at our universities and colleges around the country. So we define contemporary students as those who are 25 and over, or live off campus, or who are transfer students, married, widowed, divorced, veterans, maybe have taken some time off of college, pregnant or parenting, and students who are from the foster care system. So basically any student who might not be that traditional 18-year-old residential student, we are here to serve those students. And the way that we do this is through a few different modes. The first thing that we do is we offer what we call off-campus advising appointments. So these are with a student peer off-campus advisor who has been trained to know the resources at Mason to be able to help students in whatever way, shape, or form they need. These are one-on-one appointments. Right now, they are being done virtually with the few exceptions of in-person if needed and requested, but mostly virtually through Navigate. So what you would do is you would schedule a time through Navigate, which all of this is on our website at contemporary.gmu.edu, right at the top. Schedule an appointment and you'll have an opportunity to sit down and talk one-on-one with your off-campus advisor about anything that you're experiencing at Mason. So whether it is struggling with getting connected with friends and a social connection, whether it's academic or whether it is something beyond that and more personal of nature, we can get you connected with the resources that you need. The other thing that we do to support our students is we do offer programs for various populations throughout the year. All of our programs can be found on Mason 360. So we hope that if you haven't downloaded the Mason 360 app, you will do that as soon as you get off today. Download that and find all of the university programs and activities around campus, wherever you may be, Arlington, SciTech, or Fairfax. Some of the things that we are offering this spring for our students is we are partnering with the LEAD office to put on an adult student, which we define as 25 and older, and student parents, so any student who has a dependent. We're offering a leadership conference in March to be able to increase leadership in these students. We also offer transfer student events throughout the year. We have Transfer Nation coming up next week, and we also have some off-campus student events. So these are for anyone who's living off campus, things like bingo and off-campus student appreciation week. So we have a lot of events going on throughout the semester. This is just a small portion of what those are, and we hope that you can check those out on Mason 360. The other two things that we do are advocacy and off-campus housing. So we define advocacy as trying to break down some of the barriers that you all might be experiencing because of your representation in one of these specific populations. So we know that sometimes as a student who might be parenting as well, particularly during the pandemic, you might have a challenge because your schedule doesn't align with the traditional college student's schedule and might be facing challenges in or out of the campus or in or out of the classroom. So we would urge you to reach out to us, set up an appointment, tell us about the concerns, and we can try to break down those obstacles together and work around that. Finally, if you are looking for off-campus housing, we do run an off-campus housing database where we have apartments, rooms for rent, and houses for rent via the online database. So this is a secure database that's only open to Mason students, staff, and faculty. And this is a good opportunity wherever you are in your off-campus housing journey. So feel free to connect with us at Off Camp One. All of the information is on our website, and I will also put it in the chat, and feel free to ask any questions afterwards. Thank you.
Thank you, Emily. Next up, let's speak with Counseling and Psychological Services.
All right, that is me. Can you hear me and see me okay?
Yes.
All right, perfect. So my name is Tori Hughesgen. I am a clinician and assistant multicultural prevention outreach coordinator at Counseling and Psychological Services, also referred to as CAPS. So all of our CAPS services are free and confidential to all registered students on all of our campuses. Generally, like not during COVID times, we do have a counselor located on our SciTech campus and at our Arlington campuses. Right now, we are offering all of our services virtually, so it looks a little bit different now. Our services include time-limited individual therapy, group therapy, time-limited psychiatric services, referral services and case management, daytime and after-hours on-call crisis support, skills-based workshops, online self-help through our website, consultation with faculty, staff, parents, or students. And we also work with learning services to offer academic success workshops and academic coaching. For more information on the academic success portion, please visit learningservices.gmu.edu. I will put that in the chat. So like I said, all of our services are virtual at this time. So that means our individual therapy, group therapy, workshops are all online based. If you're interested in getting started with our individual therapy or groups or psychiatric services, please call our main line during business hours. So we are open from 8:30 to 5 p.m. And just to expand on crisis, because I feel like that's super important on our crisis services, if students are experiencing a crisis during normal business hours, you can call us at our main number, which is 703-993-2380 to speak with a counselor. I'll also put these numbers in the chat as well. During evenings and weekends and holiday closures, our main number will connect students to after hours crisis services, which means you'll get connected to a licensed clinician. And of course, if it's ever a life-threatening emergency, please call 911 or go to the emergency room. For more information about our services or our group options, workshops for the semester, and any other relevant resources, please visit our website. It's caps.gmu.edu. If you have any questions about any of these things, I know I named a lot of services, please feel free to ask them. All right, thank you.
Thank you so much, Tori. Next up, we're going to meet campus police. Followed by that, we're going to hear from Jackie with the Hilton Performing Arts Center. And then we're going to move to our question and answer period. So, Ryan?
Good morning, Michael. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to spring semester. My name is Ryan Grant. I'm a patrol officer with George Mason Police. Kind of the mission of the George Mason Police is to provide a safe and secure environment for everyone on campus, from staff, faculty, students, and visitors. As officers, we really want people to come to campus, feel safe so that they can focus on their studies or their work. A lot of the officers that are also students. So while you're in class, maybe not in COVID times, but people to your left or right may be George Mason police officers. If you find it out, we're more than open to talking to people about any improvements that we can make on campus or any campus security concerns. Some of the things that we offer on all three of our campuses are fingerprinting. So if you're a student going for a job application and you need a fingerprinting, we can do that. Unlock services for your offices or classrooms. There's also two things that I would encourage newer students to note. Is our phone number, 703-993-2810. It's also in the back of your Mason ID. If you are in a situation, emergency, non-emergency, and you're on campus, calling that number will go directly to our police dispatch. If you kind of revert to 911, that's totally fine. We'll get the call anyway. But for Mason specific questions, if you call us directly, it kind of cuts out the off-campus middleman with another law enforcement agency. Also would be Mason alerts. If you are new to Mason, definitely check out ready.gmu.edu and make sure you're signed up for Mason alerts, as well as there's a Rave Guardian app, which allows you to set timers if you're walking on campus and allow your guardians to, your assigned guardians to see if you're okay when you get to your destination, as well as submit anonymous tips to the police department for anything that you think we should know. On the SciTech campus, we have offices in Colgan Hall on the second floor, specifically rooms 225. And we offer 24/7 police services and work collaboratively with all local law enforcement agencies that surround the jurisdictions. So any questions, we're more than happy to field them in the Q&A.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. Last but not least, let's hear from the Hilton Performing Arts Center.
Hi, I'm Jackie with the Hilton Performing Arts Center. One of the advantages that we have on the SciTech campus is we do have our own Performing Arts Center. So while we are not doing in-person, I've shared the link to our website. And while we are not doing in-person performances right now, we are hoping to start some limited performances in the spring. We also are doing a lot of things online. So let me share with you a brief introduction to what we have planned for this spring. And do you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. And as a reminder, students do get some free tickets to events, so please contact our box office for more information. I'll be here if there are any questions and answers. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the music break. That was energizing. Thanks, Jackie. We're going to go to Q&A right now. So if you've got any questions, you want to put them in the Q&A box. Carrie will watch that and make sure to vocalize those. And if you want to raise your hand, I can give you voice to answer, to ask your question at that time. We did have one question answered in the Q&A box about free therapy questions. Carrie, do you want to address that?
Yes, so we do offer free therapy, free counseling through Counseling and Psychological Services, and I put the link for making appointments. So definitely check that out. We do have 2 open questions in the Q&A. If I could get the panelists to take a look and see if they could answer either of those. And I will cede the floor to them.
This is Emily from Contemporary Student Services, and I'm happy to answer the question about what kind of foster care support do we provide as our office. So one of the things that we have been doing is connecting our foster care alumni, anyone who's come out of the foster care system, with the financial resources and support resources that Virginia offers. So there's a lot of great resources that people aren't always aware of, scholarships, financial support, etc., to work their way through college. So we help get students connected with those. The one thing that we're hoping to do in this next year is really beef up our social support system. So while we are able to provide one-on-one support, we know that peer support and having a support group would be really helpful. So that's something that we're working on for 2021, 2022. We're just trying to identify who might be coming from the foster care system to be able to do that. So be on the lookout for that. And if you are interested in helping us with that, we would love the support to try to create some events and programs that our foster care alumni are very excited about attending.
And I see there was a question for the Student Support and Advocacy Center from Annabelle. What does a substance abuse student support meeting look like? So a great question. So first of all, any information that is shared within the meeting between our staff and the student is private. So students are free to share whatever is going on in their life, and in this specific instance with substance use. So please know that whatever is shared will not be reported to student conduct or the police department. So we often have students who come in and say, look, I'm struggling with alcohol use, and perhaps they're underage, or, I try another substance, and perhaps it's an illegal substance. And this is a safe space for students to really talk about what's going on in their life and any changes that they may want to make. So certainly the one-on-one meetings between our staff and the students can be used to explore choices in their own life, or talk about somebody that they're worried about, either a family member or a fellow, friend or student. So first of all, I want you to know that those conversations are private. The only time that we will have to engage other resources is if somebody's health is in imminent danger. But those are very, very few and far in between cases. So know that those conversations are private, and then it's really up to the student to explore what they would like to talk about. Now, our staff is trained to recognize if there is a dependency that's spotted, so alcohol or other drug dependency. Our staff is not equipped to counsel or do therapy with that student. So our conversations with the student are more on the educational kind of level. We use motivational interviewing to help students make changes if they choose to do so. But again, if there is a dependency that's spotted, certainly appropriate resources on campus and off campus are offered to do some therapy or counseling. And I also wanted to mention that our staff are not psychologists or therapists. So that's why we make referrals in those situations. And Annabelle, I hope that answers your question.
Okay, so there was a question about the student health insurance, and the student is correct. A J1 and F1 visa students pay their student health insurance fee through the Patriot web account. So that information does get to Student Health Services. However, any student can come to Student Health Services regardless of your health insurance status. There are just some additional benefits to those students who have the student health insurance plan, such as those 100% covered services. And you can get those details in your plan brochure. And I hope that answers the student's question.
And then we did have a question that I answered about how to get the tickets for Hilton. So you pick them up at the box office. You just have to bring your Mason ID and a copy of your schedule, so proof that you're a full-time student. And I sent the link in the chat if anyone's interested. All the details are on that link. And then we do have a question for the Writing Center. Susan, does the Writing Center review drafts for all subjects, and do they have reviewers for more technical subjects?
Thanks for asking that question, Charlotte. The simple answer is that yes, the Writing Center tutors will work with students on writing projects from across the disciplines. They're trained to do that. The more specific answer to your question, though, is that we can't guarantee that there will be a specialist in the student-specific discipline who's available. What students can do, though, is take a look at the tutor biographies on our website. On the main navigation bar, there's a Meet the Tutors link. And so they can look through and try to identify a few tutors who have a background, maybe not in their specific area of specialty, but at least in a technical field, and then book sessions with that specific tutor.
Thank you, Susan. And we have one more question in the Q&A. What resources are there for international students looking for job opportunities? And so for that, I'm going to put a link in the chat to OIPS, our International Programs Office, and just give me 1 second to Google that one.
And although this is not my specialty area, I will also add that our University Career Services offers a platform called Handshake, where both on-campus and off-campus job opportunities are listed. So please check out Handshake. I know that international students are limited in where they can work and how many hours they can work, but many on-campus job opportunities are also welcome applications from our international student population. So check that out.
We appreciate you tuning in. Much thanks to the panelists for spending a good chunk of your morning with us on this fabulous day one. I don't see any other hands raised, so on behalf of Carrie and myself, thank you all for being here this morning, and have a great semester. For the panelists, I will be editing this recording and pushing it out to students that didn't have the opportunity to be present here as well, to leverage our media for the benefit of their information. So everybody have a great day. Bye now.
Bye.
Thank you all.